Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 1, Chapter 10, and we had completed till verse 18. So in this we learnt about the different aspects of creation. Now we had learnt up to 6 aspects of creation. These 6 aspects basically started from the basic entities like the earth, fire, wind and all those kind of things. Okay, and these are the base ingredients. This is the essence of the divine which was put in that. And second one was the creation of what is called as the mind, and so on and so forth. So all this we had done in the last few days time. So now what we will do is we will continue with this creation, and here today what we are going to tackle is Brahmaji's creation. Now Brahmaji has to take over from where it was left. He has created, the universe has been created, everything has been put in place, the land and all that. The mind has been created, everything else has been created. Now let us see what Brahmaji is going to do. So we will start from verse 19 onwards and let us see. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 1, Chapter 10, verse 19. The 7th creation is that of immovable entities, which are of 6 kinds. The fruit trees without flowers, trees and plants which exist until the fruit is ripe, creepers, pipe plants, creepers which have no support, and trees with fruits and flowers. Then verse 20, all the immovable trees and plants seek their subsistence upward. They are almost unconscious but have a feeling of pain within. They are manifested in variegatedness. Now here we have to understand the earth has been created, water is there, mountains are there, land is there, everything is there. So what is Brahmaji supposed to do? He is supposed to put all the flora and the fauna in place. Basically, he has to start creating first the forests, the trees. Because without vegetation, nothing will exist. Think like this. There is the desert, there is no vegetation there. There are no trees, no plants, nothing. Only sand. Can anything grow over there? Nothing, except the palm trees and all that. So you have to take up a fertile land where trees, plants, creepers, all those kind of things are going to start growing. So Brahmaji puts everything in this place. So what he does, there are different kinds of trees that he puts up. Some are creepers, climbers, some are small shrubs, some of them are small tiny plants, some of them are very huge kind. Some of them are fruit bearing, some of them are non-fruit bearing. That means you will find that they are only giving flowers. Some of them don't give flowers at all. Some of them just give the timber. Some of them give the structural kind of a thing like say bamboo and all that. Most of the plants you will find they give what is called as a food. See, think like this. The whole world is divided into such a manner that the earth, those who live on the earth are dependent on this vegetation, right? You will find that there are animals which graze, grass, right? There are animals which eat the top end of the plant also, like giraffe. I have seen that. So all kinds of plants were created in the first place. Now, if I say created, the thought itself will go, oh, that means he created from nothing. No. Please understand this. This cycle has been going on for years and years and years. Like it's just a repeating cycle. It just goes on. It ends, it starts again. It ends, it starts again. It ends, it starts again. Even in your daily life also, you will find that if you go to a farmland, what do you see there? Exactly the same thing, isn't it? Every year, now in India we have the Kharif and the Rabi crops. 2 types of crops are there. One which grows during the rainy season and one which grows during the winter season. And then there are 2 harvesting seasons. So 2 harvest seasons are what? Somewhere before Dashara we have harvest and somewhere before Yugadi, what they say Ugadi, that is there. So these are harvest seasons for the farming that is done. So you will understand all this is also cyclical. So if I have to tell you that Brahmaji restarted the cycle. So what did he exactly do? The base elements were available. The seeds were available. Everything was there. He just had to rebuild the whole thing all over again. See, today we have entered a phase sorry, where we are trying to go back to our roots. We call it regenerative farming. How many of you know regenerative farming? Now, regenerative farming is something which we have lost in the last 50 years of our life. Now, what has happened in the last 50 years is there are companies which have become seed companies. Now, these seed companies, what they have done is they have disabled the second or the third generation of plants. That means there can be no grandchildren. Are you getting it? Suppose I give you a seed, you plant the seed, you get a crop. When you get a crop, you can harvest the crop, you can use the seed for your food purposes. But if you try to regrow using the some things as seeds in that, there will be no plants which will come up in that. So because what they have done today, all the big corporations, they have gone and disabled the ability of the plants to regenerate, reproduce once again. They want to keep with them the seed producing machinery. That is why you will find that the farmers' dependency on these seed manufacturing companies is quite a large amount. The money goes in that direction. Now, today in India and across the world, there is a revolution that is happening. This revolution says, why can we not plant seeds which are going to give number of generations? Means what? If I plant some seeds today, I will get the harvest. I can keep 10% of the harvest as seeds. I can replant those seeds again next year, get the harvest once again, keep 10% of that as a seed. Do you know, even in the poultry and all other industries, it is not possible to generate the third or the fourth generation. Even your eggs which are available in the marketplace are also like that. And they are called vegetarian eggs for a very simple reason. They are the non-productive type. They cannot produce children. Okay. And this is a very dangerous trend which has happened. When Brahmaji was creating, he created from the regenerative properties of the plants. So germination will happen, the plants will grow, they will become big, they will give their own fruits and flowers and seeds and everything. The seeds will fall down again and produce more plants and so on and so forth. So Brahmaji's mission was just to give this kind of a impetus. That means create this, regenerate everything. And that is what he did. So you will find that the immovable entities, first he created the flora, the fauna of the world, the flora of this world, the plants. And now after that, there are some plants which are, they are stationary in one place. Some plants grow in creepers. They grow on top of trees. Some plants are dependent on other trees, I'm sure you have seen. So there are plants like Kaskuta, which are actually, they depend on other trees. It happens. Some plants grow underwater. That is what these Japanese people eat, isn't it? So all those kinds of vegetation was there. And then he started the eighth creation. So next verse, that is verse 21, the eighth creation is that of the lower species of life, and they are of different varieties, numbering 28. There are 28 types of varieties. They are all extensively foolish and ignorant. They know their desirables by smell and are unable to remember anything within their heart. So the lesser beings are being created. All these animals which are tiny, tiny creatures. they are different varieties. You will find that the eighth creation is the lower species of life. What is the lower species of life? The worms and all, you know. You have heard of these worms, tiny worms, snakes, the creepy crawly creatures. So that is what he produced. Now they also come from a different way of regeneration. I am sure you might have seen. In some cases, the genders are in one creature only. Like say for example, the earthworm. Now the earthworm has a male and a female together. That is, in one body they have the same parts. And in others like the frogs and all are two separate types. So here you will find that are males and females of the species being created. There are 28 in number. So there are different types available. But they have a problem. The problem is they do not have the brain that human beings have. Human beings' brain has got the ability to remember and, you know, make judgment and all those kind of things. We have a mind. These creatures don't have a mind at all. They are instinct. They are driven by their instinct. They search, they forage for foods and all that. They don't have a remembrance like we do. Okay. Then the next one. So we do the verse 22. O purest Vidura of the lower animals, the cow, goat, buffalo, Krishna stag, hog, Gavaya animal, deer, lamb and camel all have two hooves. Now this is something which we have seen. Animals which can run on the land, animals which can give milk, mammals and all that, they are very much there. Like cow, you know, cow is very helpful for human beings. They provide us with milk and various other things. They have hooves, right? They have horns. Some of them have horns, isn't it? The bull has a horn. Are we using those things or no? We use the hooves also, we use the horns also, we use the entire part of the animal is used. So for example, it is say a cow, a goat, a buffalo, a stag. All the parts are used by human beings. And hog, that's a pig. Isn't that what we are using? So you will find across the world, the pigs are used for certain purposes. The deer, the lamb, camel, they all have the hooves. The horse, the mule, ass, gaura, saraba, bison and wild cows all have one hoof. Now you may hear from me about the animals who have 5 nails. Now this is something which the description is there. So there are animals which are like this, you know, horse, mule and all. So there are different types of animals. You know, you will find that these animals are burden of beast, as we call it, a beast of burden or whatever you call it. So that kind of creatures are there. We use them for that purpose, right? The bullock carts are there. Camels, they ferry you across the desert and so on and so forth. Then we have the dog, jackal, tiger, fox, cat, rabbit, sajaru, lion, monkey, elephant, tortoise, alligator, gosapa, etc. All have 5 nails in their claws. They are known as Panchanakha, or animals having 5 nails. And then there are those animals which have nails also. So all these that we have spoken of just now, the dog, the jackal and all that. The cat, the rabbit, lion, monkey, elephant and all these have. The heron, vulture, crane, hawk, bhasa, bhaluka, peacock, swan, sarasa, charvaka, crow, owl and others are called birds. I don't have to tell you about that. They are the birds. Okay. So we go to the next verse, that is verse 26. The creation of human beings. Now this is important for us. Who are of one species only and who stock their eatables in the belly, is the 9th of the rotation. In the human race, the mode of passion is very predominant. Humans are always busy in the midst of miserable life, but they think themselves happy in all respects. So I think this is a very, weird statement. Doesn't it tell you something about human beings? So he says, the next next creature that was created was called the human being. He's a one of us type species. See, when we say species, species is one type only. The genus is above that. So if I take, like we have the Homo sapiens and there are other Homo erectus and all that, other creatures are there. Okay, that is the genus. Homo sapien is the species. So I hope you understand. This is a plain biology class. Alright, so in biology you will understand all these things. Alright, and in zoology also, right? So there are creatures, there are human beings. These human beings, they form a certain types of species. What is the importance of this species? The species is they store their food in their stomach, which means they have a stomach, which is the digestive organ of theirs, where they can store the food. Basically, the food gets digested over there, right? And they live in the second mode of the, we have the three, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, right? So they are living in the second mode, which is the Rajasic mode. They are Rajasic creatures. What do? They have a mind. All human beings have a mind. With the mind they think. And because they think, they develop this sense of Rajas. I, me, mine, isn't it? Remember, the second generation, the second creation was what? Mind. So here, these creatures, that is called the human beings, they develop this mode of passion and it is very prominent in them. That means the predominant of these, developments are in the mode of passion. What is the mode of passion? They want to do something in their world. They don't like to keep quiet. They want to move. They want to work. They want to earn. They want to make money. They want to get married. They want to settle down. So many things they want to do in their life. They want to build houses. They want to travel. They want to study. All this, everything that I said is called the mode of passion. These are passionate creatures driven by their passions and they are always busy. They are extremely busy. Busy, when I say busy, the word busy doesn't mean that they are physically busy. In today's day and age, 90% of the world is not physically busy. If you tell somebody an activity to do, they will refuse it for you. Sir, do this for me. No, they have a difficulty. Why? Physical labor in Tamasic Yuga is not possible. Procrastination, pushing it outside, not doing it, telling lies, I can't do this, this is not possible, negativity, all these things. That's a part of the tamasic mode. That is the third mode. So now you will find that the human beings have been put in the second mode, which is called the passion mode. And they are busy. I told you 90% of them are not busy in the physical mode. Physical means physically working in their hands and legs and all that. Then what are they busy in? They are busy in their mind. They just keep on thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. There is actually nothing there to think about. First thing they will say is, I am afraid. I can't do this. This is not possible. This is very difficult. I don't feel like doing. They have become lazy. So the yuga, this Kali Yuga, which we are in today, is actually driving them towards this laziness. To find one right person to do a job is extremely tough. That is why I said only 10% work. 90% don't work. They want to sit and eat. They want to be in one place where they can be fed by others. This is so common amongst human beings now. And they do work. That work is called work of thinking. They will sit in one place and don't do anything, but their minds are overworking. You know how many diseases people have? ADHD, PTSD, this one, that one, stress, strain, misery, all kinds of miseries they are having. Humans are busy in the midst of miserable life. If you look at a person in today's day and age, what is the work that he is doing? I want you to see around yourself, in your own family, in your own people, amongst your friends, your relatives. They are hardly working physically. I have seen people who will have meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings. And they may travel. Oh, I have to go from point A to point B to travel and go for a meeting. And they think that is called work. Do you think that is work? Traveling from one place to the other, is it called work? Sitting for a meeting is called work? What physical work have they done? In their entire day, they don't even work for few minutes. When we were driving down recently, this topic came up. So today the drive time from your house to your place of work is a stressful time. So it is 2 hours or 1 hour drive time. So you're going from one place to the other, drive time. And then you go to that office or you go to the place of work and you hardly work. Oh, we have a meeting. I have a scheduled meeting. My meeting is with my boss. My meeting is with my downlines. Hey, you do this, hey, you do this, hey, you do this. This is all that they do. Why do you require those people and yourself also in the job, if that is all that you are going to do? You don't require. These jobs are going to get replaced in the future. I have given you a heads up very soon. It's going to get replaced because there is no job being done. If it is only meetings that you are doing, what job are you doing? If you are only attending a meeting and drawing a huge salary, are you even worthy of that salary? Many years ago, I told Rajma the same thing. I said, what is the kind of input you are giving? Nothing. Just attending a meeting and yes, we will get it done. Oh, okay. That is all. That is all you are doing, isn't it? The labor class is doing all the other job. The computer is doing one more job. The software is doing job. What are you doing? Can you not foresee redundancy in your work, please? Can you understand? Please foresee the redundancy in your own work. And be a little generous to yourself. Got it or no? Yes, you require one supervisor to get the job done. Today we are having a lot of organizations across the world where they don't have a factory, they don't have any production facility anywhere. No company has a production facility of their own. all these big, foreign goods they manufacture and all that, soaps, detergents, these, that, medicines. Medicines are there. Cars, two-wheelers, manufacturing. It's all given out to somebody else. The computers are not made by the company at all. The cameras are not made by that company at all. Everything is outsourced, 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 outsourced. Don't you think you are going to be outsourced very soon? Please understand this statement of mine and become miserable because of this. That is what he says. Humans are busy in the midst of their miserable life. Brahma ji has created creatures who are always going to be miserable. Why? But what do they think of themselves? But they think themselves happy in all respect. They are miserable and yet they are saying, I am happy, you know. Really? Happy from which point of view? There is nothing in this world that can make you happy. Please understand this. If you are earning a good salary, I am happy I am earning a good salary. That salary will make you miserable. Today morning when I was reading the news, they were showing Delhi. Delhi was shown. And all these Noida and all these places that are there. The surroundings of Delhi. And they are showing tall skyscrapers. And so much of fog. All the industrial pollution that is there. You know that air pollution, air quality index is so bad over there. And they showed these flats and they said, some idiot is going to buy this flat and for 15 years he is going to be a slave of some organization, paying his EMIs. This was the news today morning. They are going to buy flats. The flats means a house. And for the next 15, 20 years of their life, they are only going to be sweating for some finance company. Buying these kind of miserable, small matchbox houses. Is that called happiness from any angle? I don't think that is called happiness. Do you even get to spend time with anybody, with your own self at least? If you have a hobby, have you ever developed that hobby? Nobody does it. If you are interested in spirituality, how much time do you spend on spirituality? Hardly. This is how life has become. And yet they will say, I am happy. I have got a spouse. I have got children. I have got a house. I have a good job. That is the mode of passion and that is the mode of misery. The Lord is very clear. When Sri Krishna told these words, to Maitreya Muni, he said those words. It is not Maitreya Muni who is talking. It is Sri Krishna's words being repeated by Maitreya Muni to Vidura. You know, the question which we were talking about just a few days ago was, can any of you say what legacy are you going to leave behind in your own children? What legacy are you going to leave behind? If you have a son, he is going to join some bullshit organization, BS organization. He is going to earn money. He's going to build a house. He's going to have his own children. He's going to have a miserable life of his wife and all that. And one day he's going to die. And he will have all diabetes, heart attack, this, that, cancer, whatnot. I was shocked to hear a person who is earning $4,000 as salary in United States is paying insurance of $1,200. For what? For what? Ask yourself this question. What insurance are you paying, sir? This is the misery of life. So you are earning for giving away the money somewhere else. Where is the happiness over there? Sri Krishna is asking this question. These human beings have been made in this way that they will always be miserable. And they will tell the lies that they are happy. They tell lies, blatant lies they will tell you on the face, I am happy, you know. Oh good Vidura, these last three creations and the creation of demigods, that is the 10th creation, are Vaikarta creations which are different from the previously described Prakrita creations, that is the natural creation. The appearance of the Kumaras is both. Up to a certain limit, whatever creation that came about, which we stopped yesterday somewhere, up to that it was natural creation. It happened by the will of God. And then came the demigods. Who is this demigod that we are talking about? Brahmaji. Brahmaji also created the 3 types, isn't it? Don't you remember we did that? He did those 3 types, that is the gods, the earthly beings and the demons. All 3 worlds are also created. So total how many layers are there? 18 layers were there. I hope you remember these words. We did it last week. So these are inhabited by gods. These are created beings. And you are also created. You are this next being that God created, isn't it? The demigods, all these gods and goddesses and all these small things that you are doing, they are created ones. They are actually meant for some work. They are not here. They are here only for the purpose of assisting. Like you have a doctor. A doctor is meant for the purpose of giving you medicines and stuff like that. Right? You have a lawyer. Right? Lawyer has a certain job. Then you have, those who are in construction work. Those who work as chefs. Those who work in the kitchen, I mean. Then there are those teachers over there. Right? There are bus drivers. There are taxi drivers. These are jobs, isn't it? They assist you, isn't it? An Uber driver will come and take you to wherever you want to go to. They are assisting you. What do you think these gods are? These demigods are also assistants. They just do some job. Like there is a vice president of marketing, vice president of finance, vice president of this. All these companies have, no? So we have this kind of vice presidents in gods. Vice president of education. Vice president of finance. Got it or no? I hope you get that answer. Every village will have vice president of the village. Like we have in villages, we have the village panchayat head. The head of the village. So there is going to be one god meant for the village. There are all kinds of things that are going to go wrong in the village. Like what? Okay, there is going to be, say, flood coming, famine coming. Okay, all kinds of nonsense is going to happen. The roads are not there, water is not coming and this and that. that the village god is supposed to take care. That god is just a demigod, a small god over there. It doesn't have control over the universe. I hope you get that. Same thing. Every god, every demigod has got only one small function. So these last three creations and the creation of the demigod's creation was the 10th creation. Okay. So all these were Vaikrata, that means they got created for the purpose of work, created for certain functionality. Did you get it? Whereas the first 6 of them got created in a natural way. Earth, water, fire, this, that and all those things, elements. Naturally it came about. Like the mind is very natural. It came about. So that is one creation, and then there is Prakrita, which is natural creation. And the Kumaras also came. Who are the Kumaras? They are the 4 Kumaras, no? Brahmaji's children, isn't it? So they also came into the picture. Now we go to the next verse. The creation of the demigods, there are 8 varieties. There are 8 varieties of demigods. The demigods, the forefathers, the asuras or demons, the Gandharvas, Apsaras and angels, the Yakshas and the Rakshasas, the Siddhas, Karanas and Vidyadharas, the Bhuta, Preta and Pishacha, and the human beings, celestial singers, etc. How many varieties are there? 8 varieties. These 8 varieties have different jobs to do. All these demigods have been created. They are only functionalities. If you consider them as some God Almighty, you are mistaken. No. Only when you have a problem, like you have a problem of, let us say, you have to get water. So go to a God who can give you water. That God will give you water. Go to a God who gives you fire. That God will give you fire. I hope you are getting what I am saying. So these are basically demigods. They are not gods. Demigods are only deities. They have functionality. They have a job. So Brahmaji created these 8 varieties. 8. The first one is the demigods. Second one is the forefathers. Forefathers of whose? Your forefathers and demigods' forefathers and everybody else's forefathers. Didn't Krishna also have a forefather? Didn't Sri Ram have a forefather? Huh? Every person has a forefather, isn't it? So there is a generation, great-grandfather, grandfather, father, you, and after that you will have children, and then children's grandchildren, great-grandchildren, so on. It's like a chain of things. So these are called forefathers, which have got created. Then there are asuras and demons. You may say, are asuras there in this world? Of course. You are actually living with asuras. They don't have horns and all that. No. No, please understand one thing. Asuras actually don't have horns or they have 2 fangs of teeth. They're not doing like that. You can see an asura in your own friend, your own spouse, your own children, your own father, your mother. These are asuras, dangerous creatures. And I'm very serious about it. If you have a weird father, a dangerous kind of a character, look at him and analyze him. You will understand that he is an asura. Yesterday's day, one son killed his own father and mother, an actor and all that, taking a knife, chuck. What? He's a drug addict. Can you understand he is an asura? Somebody who carries a knife, somebody who is carrying a gun, somebody who is that kind of a person comes from the asuric tendencies. So asuras are not great rakshasas outside. Please understand this. They are not outside somewhere. They are within you. They are amongst you. You can be an asura also if you act like a villain in somebody's life. Got it? Then there are Gandharvas, Apsaras and angels also. You might have noticed some people are very good in singing, dancing. Which world do they come from? The Gandharva Loka. They look human. They look human. They look beautiful, girls and men and all that. They dance. They sing. They are all coming from there. Got it? And there are angels also amongst us. Right? Then the Yakshas and Rakshasas. Now, how many movies have you seen with Yakshas in it? Nowadays, all the movies that are produced, they all have Yakshas and Rakshasas in them. And we all pray to them. Outside many temples, have you noticed those guys with these fangs like this? Hideous creatures. Have you noticed them or no? They are also sitting outside the temple. Many a times you will find that these creatures are living amongst us. Then there are Siddhas, Karanas and Vidyadharas. The knowledge-based people. They have knowledge. Some of them are very intelligent. Like the Sudarshan. You know Sudarshan? Krishna has a Sudarshan, isn't it? That disc we say. So he is a Vidyadhara. And he is like a human being. They are weapon systems. They are knowledge systems. And they are Siddhas. They make magic in the world. Then there are Bhutas, Pretas and Pishachas. I am sure in your own house there is a Bhut, Pret or a Pishach. Sometimes the doors will open, sometimes they will close, sometimes the things will bang, something will shut down. And you may wonder, oh, what's happening over here? In the middle of the night you may see some form near you, walking. You know. And you really wonder, is that true? Of course it is true. These are called Bhutas, Prets and Pishach. Sometimes they scare you, sometimes they don't scare you. Because you yourself might be a Bhut, Pret or Pishach, who knows? You might have come to haunt somebody. That is also possible, isn't it? Okay, so we have these ghosts, Ghostbuster. We have these ghosts and all. They are also there. So don't be under the impression that they are not there. They haunt you also. And they are sometimes they are very mischievous. So when they are mischievous, they are the Pishachas. They are very nasty. They will break something, they will do something wrong. And then there are superhuman beings, celestial fingers, etc. Superhuman beings. You know, Mr. Khali type, hefty guys, Jason Momoa type. You understand? Superman type. You can find them also. And sometimes you will find that there are singers also, celestial singers. They sing very beautifully, sweetly. Lata Mangeshkar type. I'm not talking the horse type, I don't know how they sing. Some people are like that. I'm talking about celestial singers. They must be singing very beautifully. So those kind. And all these were created by Brahmaji. And in this universe only. And they are amongst you. Please don't forget this line. They are amongst you. They might be your own spouse, they might be your own children, they might be your own father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, friends, relatives, servants, whoever they might be. They are amongst you. Now, we go to the last verse of this chapter. Now I shall describe the descendants of Manu. The creator Brahma, as the incarnation of the passion mode of the personality of Godhead, created the universal affair with unfailing desires in every millennium by the force of the Lord's energy. So now we are going to begin the process of creation of man. So we are going backwards again. So like we are taking a leap back to understand where the first man came into the picture, the Manu. Alright? So that will be done tomorrow. So today we are going to stop at this verse 30. Okay?
Recording stopped.